Fantastic.
Needs help. She doesn't know what her purpose is yet,
Okay.
and lead generation, but she's also one of these kids who thinks that her college debt should be paid for by the government.
Okay. Okay. Well,
I got a smile from David.
Yep. David and I both know about carrying a lot of college debt with kids. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I got one done, and I got another one that's got 2.5 years. So getting close.
Oh, I got one just still involved in a long journey, and I got another one that just is getting started. So yeah, very expensive kids, but great kids. So what are you gonna do?
That's right.
All right, Big Mike is joining us. So guys, today on our call, we're going to go over a couple of different things. I really do want us to do some sharing. So we're going to do some conversations, and I want to have you thinking about your goals. And what we're looking to do on this call is establish our goals. Guys, the book, 4 Disciplines of Execution, is going to be a real key for us. After that, we're going to have another book that I'll be bringing to you that I think is another really important one in January. My goal is for all of us to really take a look at what we think our greatest opportunity is going to be. And I really want to stretch everybody and realize that we were a company that has really been going after elite athletes, and there's nothing wrong with that, 100%. And just as you just missed a great conversation that Drew and I were having, that we worked with a couple of people. We have another meeting with one of his people today, and we worked with a guy earlier this week we got him dialed in. It's about great causes that people have. This one guy's that running is Black Men Run, and getting more African Americans to be running and looking after their health and doing all of that. And it's just an incredible cause. I was talking about the things we're doing with Steve Major on 2 fronts of incredible weight loss, and then also on sports performance. David, you've got pickleball and that plus 50. I mean, oh my God. I mean, what a land of just plenty that we haven't really been going after. Your video, as I was looking at them today on YouTube, and I was sharing some with Daniel and all, getting ready for our call because I have some ideas. Guys, the greatest thing about this, I told Mike this the other day, we don't even know who the most impactful person to this company is, and we probably haven't even met them yet. That's exciting, and that's not knocking anyone that's on here. Like we're all out here getting after it. The greatest thing about what we're working with is an incredible product that we already are making. And I've been working with the skincare team, guys, and let me tell you, lights out on the skincare. And wait till you see when that really launches and all the support that we're going to give you guys. Skincare is not going to be just a 5 to 6 SKU program. It's going to start with that till we get moving. And this thing is going to build into, I see like a 30 SKU program of all different, from pain management to sunscreen to all different types of products. It's going to be an incredible program and leverage for us. It's going to create those extra conversations that we aren't having. I want everyone to be thinking outside the box as much as possible. I'm not saying get away from your bread and butter and what you know and all of those things, but man, tap into something that you didn't know existed. Like I told you about the pasta sauces. They didn't even know there was no chunky pasta sauce until somebody opened their eyes to it. They never even thought that you should make it. Just make the other sauces more flavorful. Change the texture, and just boom, took off. Simple little thing that was right in front of their face, but they needed somebody to shine the light on it. So I wrote a couple of notes to get ready for this call, and I'm feeling this vibe going. We've been recruiting a lot of people, added 4 more people this week. And we're going to be putting out some announcements. If you have brought anyone into our world that we didn't know about, please get me their name. And let's celebrate them, and let me know where they are, like where you put them and whose team they are if we haven't seen them. We got to start celebrating recruiting. We are recruiters to the core, and there's recruiting gets that thing of, oh, what, we're just going after getting people. We're finding great people that are going to help charge with us, that are going to run with us, that are going to blow this company up, that we're going to put under you guys to help build and recruit for you. And I made a couple of notes, and this all comes from my readings of the disciplines of execution. And I want you to think about the culture of a company. Okay, the culture of a company is strengthened when you reignite engagement. When you reignite engagement. If you don't have engagement, you don't have culture. You know, and I think the idea of getting excitement. You know, I was talking to one of our distributors the other day, and they were saying, hey, you know, there's a couple of things that are still not working right. And I said, hey, look it. When you get up in the morning and you're getting ready to go to work, and you get in your car and you turn it on, if the radio didn't work, would you just go back to bed, or would you still drive to work? So I drive to work. Yeah, it's annoying that the radio's not working, but that's one piece of the vehicle that's going to get you there. Okay, let us work on that piece, and let's stay excited, motivated, educated on how to help people and move forward. Let's get engaged with as many people as we possibly can, and that's exciting, and that creates culture. Our culture is changing every week, every month, and next year at this time, it's going to be a completely different culture. We're going to have way more products that we're selling. We're going to have way more different demographic of people that are going to be selling our product. So it's really exciting. To change behavior, you need commitment. To change behavior, you need commitment. You can't just say, oh, no, I'm totally on board. People always say that. I'm totally on board. No, you got to be committed. You got to be doing the activities. So when you're bringing people on that say that they're totally committed, you need to tell them, you got to give them a standard. Bring me 3 people by the end of the year. 3 great people. Then we'll see if you're committed. And it's okay if you don't. Buy the product. Do your thing. That's okay. But when you're engaged, Crystal, how are you? Looking fired up today. I always loved seeing you. When you see a behavior that you want, you got to show that it's going to be committed. If somebody says they're going to lead generate, somebody says they're going to recruit, awesome. Bring them to me. I had one of our new distributors. Hey, can you send me a couple XND shirts? I said, why don't you bring me some people first? Then we'll see. And they're like, oh, okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. All right, I'll do that. All right. So let's get people that to change behavior, we need commitment. I want you to know one thing that is true, and this comes out of the book also. Getting people to do something different is the most difficult task in business. I've lived this, guys. I have lived this 100%. You know, when I worked at Masterlock, we had 93% market share of the padlock world. We went out and we acquired another company, didn't have that market share, didn't have that name, you know, and boy, were you hesitant to get behind it. Yeah, I was hesitant. And then I had to change my mindset saying, hey, this is the next greatest company you just haven't heard about. We're not at 93% market share yet. And it's going to take me to get us there. I can't be the one saying, why did we buy this company? Because I was thinking it, you know, why did we do this? I've had to change my behaviors to get to different directions or to get to different locations. So I want you to say here's another thing that I really believe. People aren't always the problem. It's the system that's the problem. I think that when we bring people into Xendurance, and Drew and I did this just the other day, we sometimes make this a little bit too confusing for people. Oh, well, you know, I got to get them in. I got to teach them about the products. I got to show them how to, you know, build and do all of that. You really don't. What you need to do is find people that are really interested in our program, connect them with myself, Sandy, connect them with other leaders, and then find out what their big why is and what their real thing that they need to have in their life. What is their biggest need? What's their biggest pain point? What's their biggest concern? And let's find a way to solve that. And then have them find 3 people for you, and have those 3 people find 3 people for you. And we just keep going down the line. We don't need to overcomplicate and talk about this great MLM opportunity. We don't need to talk about building this, you know, to a general manager. Just create conversations. And as you start seeing income come in, we're going to teach you more and more about the structure. But find me 3 captains is my motto. Find me 3 people that are going to do the business at a really committed high level. We'll train them. We'll watch after them and guide them and get them going. And then you go out and find more. Keep it simple, simple, simple. Great conversations, great conversions mean you're going to start building your business. I think it's important that and again, from this book, one of the biggest challenges that we have, people don't have a goal. They don't have a goal. They don't have a plan. They don't have something that they're going after. If you give structure to people, yeah, every time I'm onboarding people, I'm saying 3 good people a month, not even 1 a week. But if you can connect with 3 people that are interested in doing the business, and we're not sure if they're going to be rock stars or not, but we could vet them and get involved. If you can have 3 people a month, you could change the world. You could change the world, because then you just rinse, repeat, keep on doing it. So if you don't know the goal or you're not clear on the goal, we got to get specific on the goal. And that's really what I want to talk to you about today, David, is let's start dialing in on that. Lack of commitment to the goal is another problem. A lot of times people put a goal up there and it's like, we're going to, and this is where this is what this book does. You know, and we used to do this at Masterclass all the time. And now looking back after reading this book and being a couple of years away from it, we would go, you know, we'd all celebrate big event at the end of the year towards Christmas. What's the goal for next year? Our goal is growth of 15% across the board. So vague. So like, okay, all right. And what does everyone do? Well, I guess I got to work 15% harder. Then, wow, that's fun. Boy, this is great. And we literally would get like fired up and be like, yeah, 15%, we could do it. You know, I'm going to go and hit this account and do this account. Guys, we got to be specific with our goals. And then we got to think about the activities that will get us there. If you just pay attention to 3 people a month, you know, and then, or 4 people a month, if you really want to push people, if you just pay attention to that and you figure out how many conversations you have to get 1 person, now you're going someplace. The one thing that we all get caught up in, and I'm the biggest violator of this, we get sidetracked from our real purpose because we get caught up in the daily, our daily job, the daily whirlwind of activities. And that's not just work, that's our family life. You get caught up in it. Man, tomorrow I am going to crush it. You wake up and, hey, the dog ran away. Kids are late for school. They missed this. Oh God, this appointment canceled on me. Oh my gosh, I got all these emails I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little Facebook. Oh my gosh, it's lunchtime. Oh, I got to go pick up the kids. I didn't get anything done. We get so caught up in our everyday, so we have to prepare for that. One thing is a question that I want you guys to think about, and I always check this on myself. It's a great question. Are you failing so slowly that you actually think you're progressing? Are you failing so slowly that you actually think you're progressing? And think about that. How many times do you say, like somebody says, and I used to do this always with my team in real estate. They'd be like, what a great day I've had. Let's tell me about it. Oh my God, I made all these calls. I got this marketing piece that I put out. I got all that. Okay. How many appointments did you get? None, but man, did you see all the activity that I did? Are you mistaking activity for progress? Because if you're not getting appointments, you know, I don't know, understand. Well, I'm doing all this stuff. You know what? You're doing the wrong stuff. You're not doing the stuff and following up. You're not following up with phone calls. You're not setting appointments. You're not doing that. I'm not saying to stop doing your activity, but you got to follow through with actually getting appointments. You know, I mean, that's what I love it. I love it, Crystal. Thank you for commenting. And then what I really think that we sometimes get in and coming into 2023, I want us to set authentic goals that we can all celebrate with each other. You're going to see on Facebook, we're going to load in the new people that we've been bringing in, but you're going to see in Facebook also. I want us all as leaders of this company to start celebrating when we recruit people, even if we put them under somebody else or move them over here. We've got to show that we're working all towards the goal. We're always going to have opportunities to get derailed, but I wanted this team, I want all of our distributors to know that we're also a culture of really driving people to be successful. And David, you gave me permission to drive you. I asked Crystal a question when I was working with her. I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, and like 10's like a throat punch, and 0 is like, oh, great, whatever. Have a great day, Crystal. Do whatever. I said, what are you? Crystal, what number did you tell me?
I think a 7.
I think you were higher than that. I thought you told me you were a 10.
I can't remember.
Well, when
Are
I
you
told-
talking about the role play or like me in real life?
No, in real life, for me driving your business, so getting you to
Oh
general
yeah, I'm a
manager.
10. I'm a
Yeah,
10.
she's like a 10. She said, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Crystal and I got a little bond going from Mexico, man. We joined forces down there one morning on our powerful morning, and I'm telling you, we're gonna get her absolutely rocking. Well, she's rocking. What do I mean? Like get going. You are absolutely killing it right now. We have
I just
another-
added number 50 in XND 63.
And she's got an appointment for us with another influential person that we're going to get to Mexico, and she's bringing it. We had a great conversation today, and do you mind if I share a conversation that we had the other night? Just a little bit of it.
Sure. Yeah,
So-
I'm
so-
fully open.
So Crystal called me, and she was she's like, man, I'm kind of bummed. I was going to do this tasting at this gym, and things just didn't get worked out, and now I got to get back in touch with this girl. And we just talked for a little bit, and we're like, hey, listen, don't overthink it. You're doing the right things. You're doing the activities. And hey, going to that gym for that tasting, boom, awesome, awesome. Also, remember, if you stay home and you work your database and you bring me 3 people each month, that's as impactful as doing that. They're all activities moving you there. Have those big ticket ones that you're going to go out and connect with those gyms and get out there and do that. But make sure you're not getting away from lead generating, going through your social media, going through your phone like Mike did. Make sure that you're doing those activities. I was talking to a good friend of mine that has a small business, and I always help him because he's just such a great friend of mine. He goes, Sean, you won't believe what I did. I'm like, what did you do? He's like, I got connected with a company that put me in touch with 1,500 of opportunities. He gave this company a parameter of what he was looking for in other companies that he wants to sell his service to. And I go, dude, that's fantastic. How much was it? He goes, it was $750 for 1,500. I'm like, that's incredible, dude. That's really good. He goes, no, you have no idea. Last month, I spent $13,000 taking my team to Chicago to go to a show where we got a couple of warm leads. And I said, I'm never doing that again. I'm going to have the team put their heads down, make calls, send out packages to these to the leaders of these companies, and set up appointments. I'm done spending the big money. We're going to lead generate. I'm like, that's what we've been talking about forever. But he always was going after the shiny object. Lead generation will solve any problem that you have. It's just amazing what it does. Okay, so let's get some share time going here. We got 15 minutes. Drew, tell me about some goals that you have set. And I know you're getting to them. We're having our second appointment this week, but tell me a little bit about some goals that you set for yourself.
Yeah, I would like, eventually, my wife and I, we want to have a place in North Myrtle Beach someday. We've had several conversations about what I want Xendurance to be able to do for my church. Every other Sunday, I get there at 6:30 and set up this space because we don't have a physical building. And I'm there for like 5 or 6 hours. And other people in our church, we're just ready to have a building that can impact our community. If it makes sense, like I want to just like use this to show other couples like how successful marriages should work, how to get people out of debt. There's the money's nice, but opportunity that we have to help a lot of people, that's what gets me fired up.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So I want you to work on for next week, establishing some goals of how many people we're going to have 2 this week. I mean, that's like that's almost to your 3 a month. How many people do you think you could bring to us that we could get into our community, uncover their cause, uncover their why, and get them on board? If I was going to throw a number out, and you could think about it, but if you were going to throw a number to me in a month, how many people do you think you could bring?
That's really kind of hard to answer, because I think one of the good things about this company is the product works so good that some of the business builders come out of like product users.
Mhm.
I think, going straight to that conversation about business sometimes can be challenging. I got some people getting some great results on some products, and I'm just letting their relationship build. And then they're saying things to me that I'm just kind of putting in the back of my mind that how this company could help them. So that's kind of hard for me to answer.
We'll work. Let's work on back ending it. If you were going to bring 3 to 5 a month, how many conversations would you need to have? And I'm following you on that. The product works so good. Hey, the military guy that we brought in that I think is just going to be a rock star. All I said to him, take a look at this website. Unbelievable product, and you should order it from the website. It's just, you got to try it. It's going to be full price. If you like the product, you're going to want to move on into being a team member. The whole spiel, free shipping, 25% off. I said, and if you're looking for a side hustle, and he stopped me and goes, wait a minute, what do you mean a side hustle? Like, can I make money doing this, by selling products if I really like them? Yeah, totally. No problem. Let's set up a call. When we get back, we'll go through everything and we'll get you dialed in. Didn't have to give him any free samples. Just open the opportunity. Financial was his. He's got 3 years to build his next career because he's still in the military. We're going to work on, that's his goal, in 3 years to have income coming in from this that he can feel comfortable. David, what's a goal that you might be setting that you're starting to track towards with the 411?
Yeah, I mean, are you talking like big long term or January?
Anything. You give me a goal tell me something that you're starting to put down and say, hey, I'm going to make this happen.
I mean, broader level is general manager. I mean, that's always the goal. And I've shared with you before, there's some reasons driving that. Is just like Drew, I'm fortunate to have a great marriage and love spending time with my wife and traveling. And so that's just a huge goal of ours, is to do a lot more of that. She's a 7th grade teacher. As we all know, kids and parents are getting worse and worse with each passing year. And she desperately wants out of that job. She's very depressed going to school every day. And so that's a major goal, is to, give her the opportunity to, through added income from Xendurance, to walk away from that job. Short-term goals. I mean, and we're going to we'll talk about a lot more of this afternoon. Everything I'm doing for DH Pickleball. I mean, I've just been working nonstop to build the infrastructure and get everything going. And like inches away from now, it's just going to be content production because I've got the infrastructure built. I plan on 10 product using team builders in January and going up every month from there. And like Drew said, I'm not really through that channel. I'm not really targeting business builders, but I know that they will come out of the woodworks, that I'll just notice product purchase behavior. I'll notice through conversations and things with these people, oh, you are needing a little extra, so it'll come from there. But yeah, short term, I mean, I want 10 Team XND. I know we don't use the word lights anymore, but 10 XND lights in January, and then moving on up from there.
Okay. All right. And like Drew and David, a good way to set goals sometimes is to literally, kind of define them a little bit. Like, I love the Myrtle Beach. I've not been to Myrtle Beach. I've driven by it, but I've never spent time there, and I'd love to go do that. Drew and you and I talked about that. I want to check it out. Fine. Start looking on real estate. Hey, listen, real estate right now, it's a little wonky, but it's not a bad idea to say, hey, what would be the kind of place that we'd really be interested in getting? Like, maybe it's going to be a 3 bedroom, so we could bring a couple couples with us. How many bathrooms do we want? Where do we want to live? What's the price of that? How much money would we need to be the down payment? Maybe we should even start creating a savings account, and let's put all of our XND checks into that. And he's probably already doing it because Drew's really good with his finances. But when you do that, and David, if you say, hey, I want to be able to walk away, what's my wife's salary, or what would we feel comfortable with, or what's our debt that we have in college? That's what I would do a lot of work on. I'm always looking at, because I can't keep up with it. And when you have something that you could really define it, then you say, all right, so if I'm bringing in 10 people, And again, we're going to train on how to bring in the really motivated people. That's why I like starting with the victory pack, because you start finding the people that are really committed with that one. It might not be you, yet the best way to get into this is to have a sample of every single product, as you're getting with the people that want to build, and then, work your way down. How many people do you need? And we're going to build some new things that I'm working on right now, where we're going to be even talking about packs and how much they relate to, so that when somebody comes on board, we know right away, hey, if you can get this many people selling this pack, this is how much income you could potentially be having, or that an estimate of that. I'll get all that collateral to you within like 2 weeks, probably. But what we want to do is really map that out. So we're really defining what activities people need to be doing, and how many people we need doing those activities to start to go to general manager. And it all starts with those first simplify, get 3 people. Let's find 3 people you can put under you now that you can put on auto replenish on a pack. Pack is the way to make money in this business. And we want, if they do it and they have the people under them doing it, now we're making money, And if we're not getting people that can afford packs, then we might need to relook at the population that we're going after, and the people that we're going after, and think about those new marketing opportunities. Realtors always struggle with getting those first conversations going, and a lot of times they're talking to the wrong people. And they need to create that new population of people that we're talking to and we're going after. Mike, you're right next in line. I'm just going around the horn here, counterclockwise. What's your goal that you have set right now?
Well, I mean, the long-term goal is complete freedom financially.
Love that.
And I think there's definite potential to get there. I mean, no, not potential. I will get there. I'm not questioning that at all. And to do that, my long-term goal from a customer perspective is to help 10,000 people personally change their lives through getting on our products and living healthier every single day. And then the short-term goal is to add 100 customers, and then add 500 customers, and then 1,000 customers. Those are the immediate goals. And that's going to push me to that. And then in the process, find my 12 captains on my second level.
Love it. Love that. Absolutely awesome. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Coming over to Crystal. We've got a couple of minutes here.
Yeah, I'm reading Atomic Habits right now, and he talks a lot about goal setting being rooted in identity. So my identity is just, I am an influencer, and the more people that I influence, the more people I will have under my wing in whatever I am talking about. So regardless of whether it's like mindset or supplements or nutrition or fitness, regardless, like I'm just, my vision is just like having a flock of like infinitely aligned people behind me. And well, we're going to see where that goes. Like my immediate goal is getting 100 people into this XND 63, and I'm halfway there.
That's awesome. And then you and I are talking about then finding those influential people that could be captains, that could be driving your business and bringing income in, so you could do more and more and more. We want to make sure that we're finding those key people and recruiting them also, which we have those appointments that we're going to be getting, that we have set right now.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you one thing. I'm going to brag on Crystal a little bit, because so often we have people that everybody, we have everybody that tells you, they tell you everything you want to hear. Drew, you know those people, right? They come into your gym or say, oh, I'll do that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got you. I got that. I had some ideas with Crystal. We had a little brainstorm session like a couple of weeks ago around XND 63. And literally within hours, I'm getting text messages. Hey, I just built this Facebook group. What do you think of this? Hey, I just did this. What do you think of this? Hey, I got my new onboard sheet. What do you think of this? Hey, like pictures, images, boom, boom, boom. Hey, I just got 20 people into this thing. Hey, I'm going to do this event where we're going to have I'm going to like talk to everybody and ask for their information. Oh, I just got 25 people in there. It's badass. I mean, like, Crystal Catalina is a force, and if she stays doing what she's doing now and doesn't pay attention to like that big general manager thing, but she just keeps doing this, she's going to get the general manager. It's going to happen. When we're climbing a mountain, it was Marty Schartenheimer. I love the quote. He says, when you're climbing a mountain, if you're looking only at the top, you're going to fall and break your ass. you know, because you're just looking at the top. You got to look at every single step that you take. First downs, not touchdowns, baby. That's what this business is. If you're going to get to your goal, make very strategic steps that you're going to make, hold yourself accountable to them. And remember, the goal is, you could call it recruiting, building, I don't care what you call it. You need to bring people around you that want to also authentically grow, and then get them with us so that we could build them up and then have them go out and get more people. So fired up, guys. All right, guys, Mike and I and Daniel are going to spend a little time going through a few things. David, I'm going to see you later. Drew, I'm going to see you later. Let's have an impactful day. And guys, appreciate you. Let's go get it on this Friday. All right.